What's up guys? In today's video I'm going to teach you and I'm going to show you how to create one trading bot that is actually going to work in the Boom index. This bot was proposed by someone here in the channel. I will leave down here the comment, but what the bot has to actually do is just to simply open a position after a boom, and then 2 seconds before that candle gets closed, we are going to close the operation. So we open the position right after the boom, and then 2 seconds before the candle gets closed, we are going to close the operation. Okay, so we are going to do this bot, but one thing I have to tell you is that you actually have this solution here in my community. This is the community here. It is actually an exercise, and you can come here and just basically check the answer, which is this one. Here you have the answer. So yeah, how do you join my community? So you just have to go here to komaku.s. I will leave down here in the description the link, and you just have to join this course. You can join the course for free, but if you join the course for free, you are not going to be able to join the community. But yeah, you can see the course for free and you can learn how to do trading bots. You can learn that. So yeah, enough talking. We are going to do this bot. How do we actually do this? First of all, we have to open MT5. Here I have this open. And what we have to actually do right now is to click here on IDE. This is actually the bot. And we are going to close this. We are going to click on new expert advisor. We are going to give it a name. So for example, let's call this 2 seconds bot, something like this. Next, we'll finish. We make this big, we remove everything, and we start from the very beginning. So first things first, we are going to open positions. So we are going to actually need the library which will allow us to open positions. Where is that library? You just have to put here include trade, and here we are going to take the trade.mqh file. So now from this file, we are going to take the class seedTrade, and now we are going to create the trade object. This object is the one which will later allow us to open positions. Okay, perfect. We are also going to need to store the ticket of the positions, so we are going to declare this variable of type unsigned long in which we are going to store the ticket. Okay, so what else do we need? What we are actually going to do is that we are going to create an input parameter so that the user can say, hey, I want this amount of seconds before the close, whatever. So here, this is going to be called second to close. And we are going to set this at 58, but by setting this, the user can change this variable. Okay, so we are going to put here a comment and we are going to say second in which the operation is going to be closed. This name is too long, but yeah, whatever. Okay, now we are also going to need to store the information about the candles because we are working in the synthetic index market, and we need to check if a candle is a boom or not. So how do we do this? Remember that we have the following structure, which is MQL rates. We are going to declare an array, and here we are going to store the candles. Indeed, we just need one, but yeah, we are going to use an array. Okay, so now we can start a little bit with the logic of the bot. So what do we have to do? Now that we have this, we don't need to initialize anything. We have to put here void on tick. So what is this function that I'm going to create? This is the function, this is an event on which, this event is called every tick. So whenever there is a price change, this event is going to be called. So this is the perfect event to, for example, check if the current candle is a boom, if we are in a new candle, etc. So we are going to do that. We are going to say that if is boom, we are going to create later this function. If the current candle is a boom, we are going to open a position. Also, we need that we are in a new candle so that we don't have a lot of operations in the same candle. New candle, that's right. And also we want that all the positions are closed. This bot is going to work in the following way. It is only going to have one position opened at a time. So what we are going to do is that here we're going to put operation closed. That's it. That's right. Perfect. And here we will open the position. Since we are in the bull market, we are going to open a sell. But before opening the position, we are going to define all these functions. This first one, is actually very simple. Remember that we are putting these functions inside the, an if. So this has to return a Boolean variable, a Boolean value, sorry. So here we are going to put bool. So what this function is going to return is a bool value. Perfect. So now that we have this, we just have to say that, okay, is boom if the last candle, the open, is below the close. We are just checking if the candle is a bullish candle. That's it. And here we are going to put close. That's right. Okay, perfect. So what else do we need? We are going to put here bool, new candle. And we need to check if we are in a new candle or not. This is actually something very simple, but yeah. The first thing that we need is that we are going to declare here a variable to store the number of bars. So yeah, this is going to store the number of bars, and what we are going to do inside the function is, okay, give me the number of bars that we have right now. Here we are going to call bars, which receives the symbol and then receives the period. That's it. And now we are going to check the following. If the actual number of bars is different than the one that we have saved, then it means that we are in a new candle. So we are going to update the number of bars. We put here current bars and we return true. In any other case, we are going to return false. That's right, perfect. So we also have to define this other function, which is operation close. And what does it need to return? Remember, it is inside an if, so we have to return Boolean. So we are going to put here bool, okay. And now what we are going to do is that, return, and we are going to call the function select by ticket, and this function returns true if the position is open or not. So we are going to put here the trade ticket, which later will be saved. Remember that we declare this variable here. And okay, if the position is open, this is going to return true, but we want the opposite. If the position is open, we want this to return false. So we are just going to use the not gate. That's it. Okay, perfect. So now that we have these three functions defined, we just need to start opening positions. And this is actually something very simple. The first thing is that we are going to put here bit. We are going to call symbol info double symbol. And now what do we want? We want the symbol bit. That's right. Remember that this function can give us a lot of decimals, and a lot of decimals means a lot of problems. So in order to fix the number of decimals, we are going to call the function normalize double. Perfect. So here we are going to put digits. And what is this variable? This variable means that, hey, use the number of digits that this market is using. So by using this, you are not going to have any kind of issue. Perfect. So now that we have this, we can open the position. We can put here trade sell. Okay. And it is asking us for the volume, the lottage. We are going to put 0.1, for example, the current symbol, and then the current price, which is the bid. We are not going to set any stop loss or any take profit, but yeah, because we are going to close that in that second that we spoke before. Okay, so now to finish with the operation, we need to store the trade ticket, and this is stored by calling result order. That's right. Okay, so now it comes the interesting part. We need to handle that time so that we can close the operation in the second 58 or in any second. First of all, we need to get the information about the time. So we are going to declare a variable called, of type MQL date time, which I think is a structure. Let me check. And also to check these things, you just select this and press F1, and here you have this. It is actually an structure. Okay, so now we are going to declare this variable, which is going to be called time. And now we are going to put time current, and we are going to put here time. That's it. That's right. Okay, so now we have to check one thing. Okay, this position has been open, but imagine that it has been opened in the second 30 of the current candle. what do we have to do? We have to compute how many seconds left we have until the second 58 or any other second set here. But we have to compute that value. How do we actually compute that value? Something very simple. We are going to declare here a variable called seconds until close. Perfect. And now we take the second to close that the user has set here, and what we are actually going to do is that we are going to take the time, the current second, and we are just going to subtract that. So imagine that we are in the second 30 and we want to close this in the second 58. 58 minus 30 give us, well, the result is 28. And 28 seconds are the seconds left until we have to close the operation. But here a problem may occur. So for example, let's say that the position gets open in the second 59. What we have to do is that we have to close the operation in the next candle, in the second 58 of the next candle. So check this out. If that is the case, this would be 58 and this would be 59. And the result of this subtraction will be negative, -1. So how do we say to the computer, hey, close this in the second 58 of the next candle? Actually very simple. We just have, in that case, to add to this value 60 seconds. As simple as that. So for example, we are going to do here, if seconds until close is negative or is 0, because if it is 0, it means that we are in the same second that the operation was opened in the second 58. What we are going to do is that, okay, we take this variable and we say, okay, plus, we are going to increment the value 60 seconds. As simple as that. Okay, so now that we have this, we can set the timer and we say, okay, so timer, it is asking us for the seconds, and here we have the variable with the seconds. Perfect. So now, oh my god, what we have to actually do is to close the operation. So we are going to create the event on timer and we are going to say, okay, when the timer is called, just close the operation. How do we close the operation? Position, close. We send the trade ticket and, well, nothing else. So after this, remember that the way on which the timer works is quite special, because if you, for example, send here event set timer 1, what is actually going to do is that every second is going to execute the function. It is not that it is going to execute it just once, no. Every second is going to execute this. So we must stop this behavior. How? We are just going to call here event kill timer. That's it. So guys, we have finished, and if we press compile, we can see that there is no mistakes, that we have done this perfectly. And okay, let's try this out. So how did I call this bot? 2 seconds, but that's it. We are in the market, boom, 300 index, 1 minute, well, last month, no forward. Then, yeah, we have some delays. And here, every tick is based on real ticks. I know that this is in Spanish, but don't worry. I'm translating for you. Okay, so we are going to click here on start. This has been opened in my other screen. And what we actually have to check is that, okay, here, this is not doing anything. So we are going to come here to the diary, and it is saying array out of range. What does this mean? That we are trying to access one array, and it does not have anything. Which array do we have? This is the only array we have. So we forgot to store the values here. So here, how do we store the values? We are going to call the function copy rates, and okay, we send the current symbol, the current period, the starting position, we want the last candle. Remember, 0 means the last candle. 1 means the previous of the last one. 2 means the previous of the last one, and so on. So we want this, we want just one candle, and then we are going to send the array. So we send the candles array. We compile again. Let's test this again, and let's see what happens now. Okay, let me put this here. We are in the diary. Okay, this has been open a lot of positions in a very short time. So we are going to come here to the history, and here we can actually check if everything is working fine. So you can check here that this position was open at the second 24. But check this out. When was it closed? In the second 58. How do I know that this was closed? Because it is a sell position, and in order to close, it is sending a buy order. Okay, this was open in the 28, closed in the 58. 38, 58, 23, 58, 39, 58, 52, 58, and so on, so on, so on. You can check that every time this position gets closed, well, the positions are closed in the second 58 as we wanted. So yeah, guys, that's everything for the video. You can see that it is actually a very simple bot. And yeah, I encourage you to propose bots or whatever. I don't mind solving them. Remember that you have the code in my community. You can learn MQL5 with my course. And yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if so, give it a like, share, subscribe. Consider joining my course. And yeah, we see each other in the next video.